Politics is our family business on this program, and so we welcome State Representative Wayne Schmidt, the Republican from Traverse City, on the telephone this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael Patrick.
Frank Foster is here, too, the State Representative from Pellston, the Republican, and he's wearing scarlet and gray. You look like Jim Tressel.
Good morning, sir. Oh, no, that's bad. That's not what I was going for.
It's a nice outfit, indeed. I bet you can't wait to get up north for Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be relaxing 4 days. I'm sure Representative Schmidt feels the same way, but we've got a bit of business to do down here this week first.
Representative Schmidt, do you have parades or anything to do this weekend, Memorial Day?
One or two services, but no parades.
Okay.
Just some solemn services, but I'll be out and about. So.
You say you have some business to attend to, Representative Foster. What do you?
Well, hopefully, I mean the collective. We've got to get the budget done this week.
But
And-
that's just crossing T's and dotting I's, isn't it?
Well, I'm not sure.
No?
All the conference committees would feel that way. I think there's probably a bit of discussion, too, going on the appropriations side of things. But we're hunkered down for some late nights if we have to.
Representative Schmidt, is that a surprise to you? Or are we going to have anything sort of sneak up on us here?
Well, I don't anticipate any major things that sneak up, but there's always one or two little hiccups that occur. And so, as Frank said, we're ready. We want to get it done. We've scheduled session for Friday. That way, we've got all of our bases covered. But I think overall, the framework has been laid out. Like I said, it's dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and we'll have that product done, if not Thursday, by Friday.
Gas prices are down 23 cents. That bodes well for the holiday weekend if, in fact, they stay
Absolutely.
down like
There's
that.
going to be more people in northern Michigan, more people going to
Traveling.
Mackinac Island, UP, Traverse City. So continue to drop, I hope.
Speaking of Mackinac Island, will you both be there for the Detroit Regional Chamber Policy Conference next week?
Absolutely. That's my district. In fact, going through college and going up to the island back home, I'd always be politically minded, so I try to sneak into the conference when I could and listen to guest speakers. But now I'm actually, going and I'm a guest.
You can go in the front door.
I can go in the front door.
No problem. Or any of the 7,000 wine tasting parties that go on through there, too.
There's that.
Representative Schmidt, let me ask you this. By the way, we will be broadcasting live from the conference in our usual spot, right next to the hotel check-in desk.
Oh, great.
At the foot of the stairs or at the elevator. It's a really good spot. We get a lot of foot traffic there. And we'll be Thursday and Friday right there. In fact, we have a big lineup of guests coming. And that program will be brought to you by HealthPartnersInc.com. HealthPartnersInc.com. They have offices in Traverse City, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Lansing, Flint, and Southfield, and they've been in business for 20 years, so we're nice to partner with them, and we're happy to have them, and happy to be coming to Mackinac, to your district,
Absolutely.
as it turns
We're
out.
happy to have
If you allow, do we need a passport?
Come
or
a
anything
while,
like
spend a lot.
that? Yeah, okay. What about this new Sarah Palin tell-all that's coming out now? It's called Sarah Palin, A Memoir of Our Tumultuous Years, and it's written by a staffer of hers. And he's basing it on emails that he exchanged with her and saved. First, the
Is that
premise.
legal?
That's the question. He says that he claims that he's run it through all the paces legally. But what about ethically?
Wow, I would think that between a staffer and the governor, not necessarily that it's always privileged as such, if it's, just informal communications, but I don't know if I'd be so keen on having someone do that. Maybe as a little bit of background for an historical perspective on things, but I'm not a big fan of tell-all books unless the person really is part of it.
Maybe it's going to tell how great of a person she was, how great
No.
of a leader she was.
No,
I mean, you never know.
Well, here's the clue to that. He says that he had the sense that if she made it to the White House and he'd stayed silent, he could never forgive himself. So
You don't think it's financially motivated, do you?
Most certainly. He says she was eager to leave office even before she did resign because of all the lucrative offers that were being tossed her way from Fox News and the rest, and she never even finished her first term as governor.
So, do you think she'll run?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No, I don't
I'm
think
getting the
she'll
sense
run.
she's not
Nah.
either.
She's been quiet, and she's making a lot of money,
think
and,
It comes down to Gingrich and Romney, really, at the end of the day.
Gingrich is a mess, though. He's not going to survive this
You
primary
don't think so?
process, is he?
I think he's been gearing up.
He stumbled out of the gate, though, didn't he?
I think he's been gearing up for the last 4 years to
You
run
do?
for this office.
Representative Schmidt, you think people can really warm to Newt Gingrich?
No, unfortunately not. But it also is a little bit indicative of the conversation conversation. He, he is a person more of ideas, whether people like him or not. But the problem is he's a little bit abrasive at times. I still like the fact that he's willing to discuss ideas, but obviously the reaction that he got discussing Congressman Ryan's plan, that went over like a lead balloon.
So everybody tells me that at the moment it's Mitt Romney's to lose.
Yeah.
We have a Michigan connection there anyway.
The Journal did a poll this over the weekend. I think he was at 13%, but it was pretty close. And I can't remember who was down at Huntsman, maybe at 3%. So there's a crowded field. But either way you look at it, it's going to cost a lot of money on a Republican primary side.
Oh, man. And, we're going to talk with Sheriff Bouchard about this a little bit later, but it seems like there isn't a rock star candidate for U.S. Senate to go up against Senator Stabenow.
No.
And when you look at it, she seems invincible.
I've heard a couple on the Republican side. I can't even. I'm ashamed to tell you. I can't even remember their names.
That's the problem.
There's a lot of them, but she's a great fundraiser, and she does great on constituent relations.
You can easily mention the people who decided not to run. They all come to mind easily.
That's an easy list.
That's more telling too, I think. Probably.
And the sheriff says that typically the party has their candidate in place by the Detroit Chamber Conference next week. And
yeah, we've seen that in the past, obviously, to get a jump on fundraising and such, but that's not the case this time. I think maybe we look for when Levin decides that, when Senator Levin decides he wants to retire.
Sit this one out and save our money?
Yeah.
He's unbeatable, too, though, unless he retires. Wow.
Right.
All right. We'll see you both on the island. Travel safely and enjoy Memorial Day weekend, indeed. That is Frank Foster, the state representative from Pellston, and Wayne Schmidt from Traverse City. It's Michael Patrick Shields back with the sports story.